Hello students, in the last session we have studied what are the different adaptations which are seen in marine vertebrates to maintain osmolarity of the body fluids. Okay. Now we will study what are the different problems which are faced by the terrestrial animals, that is land animals, and how they cope up with these problems. Okay, land animals है तो उनमें desiccation ज़्यादा होगा, there will be much more water loss from the body fluids of these organisms. So, what are the different adaptations which are seen in these land animals to maintain proper concentration of water in the body fluids? Okay, got it? So, in terrestrial environment, land animals are air breathing animals. Okay, so continuously they lose water in the form of water vapor. Okay, so exhalation होता है तभी there is release of the carbon dioxide and excess volatile substances, and in addition to release of carbon dioxide there is release of water in the form of water vapor, because आपको पता है respiration में क्या होता है, there is oxidation of the food, and whenever there is oxidation of the carbohydrates, proteins and fats, there is release of carbon dioxide and water. Okay. So, whatever carbon dioxide and water which is there, it will be released out by the very important respiratory organ, that is lungs. Okay. So, through lungs almost 400 ml of water is lost per day. Okay. So, in land animals, through exhalation process, breathing consists of inhalation and exhalation. So, exhalation say almost 400 ml of water is lost per day. Okay. So, to compensate this loss, okay, there has to be certain adaptations, certain special features which has to be seen by these organisms. Okay. So, what is the problem, major problem which is faced by these terrestrial animals? They suffer from osmotic desiccation. Okay. Desiccation means drying up. There is excess water loss. So, excess water loss हो गया तो solute concentration in the body fluid will increase. Okay. So, osmotic desiccation can be fatal also, because of excess loss of water. It may happen that the organism will die due to excess dehydration, excess loss of water from the body. अगर बाहर का टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा रहेगा तो बट ऑब्वियस वाटर लॉस इन द फॉर्म ऑफ वाटर वेपर विल ऑल्सो बी मोर, एंड इफ देर इज एक्सेस वाटर लॉस देर विल बी no proper osmolarity maintained by the body, and it will affect the health of the person, and person may die because of that. Okay. So, now let us discuss what are the different modifications which are seen by these organisms to cope up with this loss. Okay. So, water loss is minimized by developing exoskeletal body system. Okay. So, exoskeleton is developed in those organisms. Exoskeleton, you know, largest phylum, that is Arthropoda. Arthropoda में class है एक insecta. Insects do have chitinous exoskeleton. So, chitinous plates are there, because of which there will be less loss of water from the body. So, this chitin which is there, it is the waxy coating around the body of these insects. Okay, got it. So, this is one of the modification which is seen. Then calcareous shell is there in most of the mollusk. Most of the mollusk, pila, snail में क्या रहता है, shell is there. Even chitin, dentalium, all these are having shells, and these shells are made up of calcium carbonate. So, this calcium carbonate shell is quite hard. So, it will prevent desiccation of the organism. Okay. So, drying up, there will be no excess loss of water from the body. Then other modification which you all know, all tetrapods 4 पैर वाले organisms, कौन से है? एम्फीबिया से लेके mammalia tak, right? So these all organisms which are there, these are having many layers of the epithelial cells over the skin, and these many layered epithelium you have studied in animal tissues. Guess what is that? It is stratified epithelium. Okay, so stratified epithelium के बहुत सारे layers रहते हैं, and these stratified epithelium becomes cornified because of much more deposition of keratin. So keratin dry करता है skin को, and there will be less loss of water from the body. So waterproof layer, that is cornified or else keratinized epithelium, is there over the skin of these tetrapods, which prevents loss of water. Okay, got it? So first modification, water loss कैसे prevent किया? By development of exoskeleton, okay, over the body. Then second, by drinking lot of water and eating juicy fruits and food which is having much content of water. Okay, then there are certain animals, land animals, which live in such area wherein there is excess high temperature. Okay, so that is which area? Desert region. So desert mammals such as kangaroo rat. Kangaroo rat में क्या modification दिखाई देता है? Kangaroo rat to conserve water, it do not drink water. It actually speaking वो nocturnal रहता है, and that kangaroo rat which is there, it stays in the burrow, deep in the burrow. Okay, because during daytime there is excess heat. Okay, so ज़्यादा heat रहता है तो body में से water ज़्यादा जाएगा, there will be excess loss of water, and kangaroo rat may die because of that. So to conserve water, what modification is seen in kangaroo rat? Kangaroo rat do not drink water. वो ऊपर बरों में से बहुत rarely आता है. So it do not drink water. It utilizes, it conserves water, whatever water which is there in its body. Okay, and it utilizes 90% of the water which is released in the metabolic activities. So metabolic water is utilized by this kangaroo rat. Okay, and kangaroo rat also shows nasal counter current mechanism. Nasal counter current mechanism में क्या होता है? In the nasal epithelium is surrounded by blood capillaries. Okay, so whatever blood capillaries which are surrounding the nasal epithelium of this kangaroo rat, okay, it will have certain modification. Cold conditions are there in that particular region. Okay, so because of which what will happen, whatever air which is exhaled out through the nostrils of these kangaroo rat, in that air whatever water vapors which are there, these will get condensed. Okay, why these will get condensed? Because whatever blood which is flowing in the blood capillaries, this blood is colder than the surrounding environment. So that's why there will be condensation of the water vapor which is exhaled by these organisms. Okay, and when there is condensation of the water, whatever water which gets accumulated at the sides of the nasal epithelium, that will be reabsorbed in the blood. Okay, thus the water loss will be prevented through nasal counter current mechanism. Got it? So they do not drink water, they use metabolic water for their metabolic activities, and nasal counter current mechanism is seen in kangaroo rat. So very important question which can be asked in the exam, what all modifications are seen in the kangaroo rat to conserve water. Okay. Then fourth modification, in desert animals, most of the desert animals are nocturnal. Why they are nocturnal? Because desert region में scarcity of water is there. Okay, to prevent the excess loss of water, it's better to be active during night. Okay, so during night there is less temperature as compared to daytime. Okay, so thus water loss can be compensated. Then another the thing, camels. In camels, how the water loss can be prevented? They excrete dry feces. Dry feces means there is less amount of water in their fecal matter, and excess they excrete highly hypertonic urine. Why they will excrete highly hypertonic urine? Because they have long loop of Henle's. Okay, so long loop of Henle's रहेगा तो there will be maximum reabsorption of water from the descending limb of loop of Henle. Okay, and thus concentrated urine will be excreted out by the camel's body. Okay, got it? So camel, whenever water is available, it will drink more amount of water, and that water will be stored for many days in the body of the camel. So at a time camel can consume 80 liter of water also. Got it? So camels produce nearly dry feces and excrete highly hypertonic urine, that is concentrated urine, because they are having one modification, that is long loop of Henle as compared to other mammals. Okay, so long loop of Henle रहेगा तो there will be maximum reabsorption of water, and if there is maximum reabsorption of water, concentrated urine will be released out, and whatever reabsorbed water will be used by the body of the camel for other metabolic activities. Okay, so we have studied how the terrestrial animals cope up with the loss of water. Okay, so we have finished with the adaptations which are seen in freshwater animals, marine vertebrates as well as terrestrial animals. Okay, thank you.